So Apple gave us a big surprise last week with the announcement of the all-new Mac Mini, MacBook Pro 14-inch and 16-inch models with the newly announced M2 Pro and M2 Max chips. Now, today's video is mostly going to be going over the things you need to know about the Mac Mini because it's the most talked Mac at the moment, since it has new hardware and is actually very well priced. Now, let's get to the main things you need to know and then we'll get to the pricing. So for the M2 version of the Mac Mini, we'll have 8 cores CPU, 10 cores GPU, up to 24 gigabytes of unified memory, and 100 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth, which is very impressive. Now the top range version of the Mac Mini, which is the M2 Pro version, you'll get up to 12 cores of CPU, up to 19 cores of GPU, up to 32 gigabytes of unified memory, which is a lot. And you'll get 200 gigabytes per second of memory bandwidth, which is very impressive. Now, something that definitely caught my eye is that you can actually edit videos up to 8K ProRes with the new M2 Pro on the Mac Mini, which just shows you how powerful the Mac Mini is. Now, I will put on the screen the graphs that Apple has provided, which is on their website, so if you do want to check it out for yourself, you can. But you can just pause the video where you want to look at the specs yourself. Now, going to the ports, which will be included with both Mac Mini M2 version and the M2 Pro version, it's very interesting. So the M2 version of the Mac Mini will have Ethernet port, it'll have 2 Thunderbolt 4 ports, an HDMI port, 2 USB-A ports, and 1 headphone jack. Now the difference between the M2 and the M2 Pro version of the Mac Mini is that the M2 Pro will have 2 extra Thunderbolt 4 ports, which I guess makes sense because it is more powerful than the M2 version. And I mean, like I said, it is more than powerful enough to edit videos at 8K ProRes, so you can expect a lot of support. Now, Apple does go over things like the productivity of the Mac Mini, the gaming side, which you can experience better graphics with No Man's Sky and so much more. But it's insane. Now the starting price of the Mac Mini is starting at $599, which is actually very impressive. Now that's for the M2 version with 256 gigabytes of storage. Now the top of the range version, which has the M2 Pro, will cost you around about $1,200 or $1,300, which is reasonable because you do have a lot of performance. But if you want to upgrade the storage to about 100 or 1 terabyte and even more RAM, for example, or memory, you can expect to pay more. And if you go for top spec, you'll expect to pay around about $4,000, which obviously, depending on you, depends if you can actually afford that. Now, I'll definitely say this new announcement has got me a bit confused of which one I want, because I originally wanted to get something like the Mac Studio, which has the M1 Ultra, which is very powerful and you could say is kind of like the new Mac Pro. Now honestly, Mac Pro with the M chip hasn't been announced yet, and hopefully it will be announced very soon, so we'll have to wait to see what happens there. Guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Mac Mini? Would you get it, or would you wait a bit more to see what else comes out this year? Guys, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys in the next video, and yeah, let me know in the comments below what you think. And yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.